Welcome to Tempe Diablo Stadium, the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And today it's home to the 2019 MSBL World Series on APN. It's the Southern California Trojans and the Clancy's Irish in a pivotal game in this 40 and over age group. And I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Video Sports. I'll be calling the game here tonight. We had a chance to talk to some of the stars before tonight's game. All right, we're down here on the field, Tempe Diablo Stadium, getting set for a big game here. A big game for the Trojans. You're coming off a win off the auxiliary field. Let's start with your names and tell us a little bit about the team.
My name is Greg Silver, and I'm a shortstop for the Trojans. I just got picked up from them for the series, but these guys, a lot of these guys play together in California all the time. I'm personally from New York, but it's a great group of guys, and we play solid ball.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is David. I'm with the SoCal Trojans regularly, and we play in Southern California. There's 6 of us from our regular squad, and then we picked up some guys like Greg here. He's been an amazing asset. I also play middle infield, second base, and yeah, as you said, we're coming off a big win. A couple losses yesterday that were disappointing, but big win we just had. So I think we're going to carry that through this game and hopefully come away 2-2 after tonight.
Okay.
We're supposed to say hi, Mom?
Yeah, you just did. All right. Well, good luck, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
I just want to say hi to my 2 boys, Giovanni and Gianmarco. All right?
And Ryan and Marco.
There it is.
All right. And what part of New York?
We're in Westchester.
Oh, Westchester.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's the Westchester Mets we're just in.
Yes, they're very good.
Okay. Who do we got here?
Ron Arboleda.
Mr. Arbolito. Or is it in with an A?
Arboleda.
Arboleda. Like an arboretum. So anyway, okay, 1-2 start, but I mean, you got to figure that there's some momentum coming off this last game.
Yeah, we did well. I think we won 19-10. We had strong hitters. They hit well. Our pitching came in strong. Our closer, Andy, he really shut them down. And we're looking for the next game and continue that streak.
All right. All right, thank you very much. And then we've got the catcher.
Well, we got the catcher, Andy, and our last pitcher last game, he was our closer. He did very well.
Oh, thank you, Ron. It's very nice.
So you closed out the game 3, huh?
Yeah, it was very cool. We got to play against a team from Ireland, so it was a lot of fun. They were good guys. And so how often do you get to play a team coming that far? Ireland, UK, and they had a guy who was 7'2", and
is he 7'2"?
He's 7'2".
Wow.
Yeah, so that was great. So it was a great bunch of guys. So getting to play baseball every day, you can't beat it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, we could be working, we could be doing chores, but we get to be on a field that professionals play on, so very blessed in life. So.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Terrence Herron, I'm the manager for the SoCal Trojans.
And you talk about this team a little bit. You guys have got 3 games in your hip pocket. This is a pivotal game because, I mean, if you want to make the playoffs, yeah, it's a good feeling to be at least 500.
Absolutely. It's going to be pretty tough. I mean, the 2 games that we played yesterday, I don't know if you talked to any of the other guys, but we got our butts kicked pretty bad. It's our first time here. Some of these guys have been here before, but I would say for about 10 of us at least, it's our first time here. Small squad of 14 guys, but competition's been great. Definitely though, if we're able to somehow pull this game off, then maybe that puts us in there. Yeah. But these guys are pretty good. They won 2 games yesterday, so I'm sure they're looking at us and the scores they saw yesterday saying, hey, we got this one in the bag. So.
Well, I know you were in a rush getting over here. What was the feeling like when you came inside here and you were going to be playing here in a few minutes?
Where are the seats so I can sit down? No, it's when we came in here on, what was it, Sunday to pick up the equipment and everything. Obviously a few of us were here and got to take in the stadium a little bit, but it's been great. Guys are taking in everything. It'll be my first time playing in a stadium like this, and I know for a lot of the guys it's their first time as well. So it's nice, big.
Yes. Well, good luck today. No, it's a big game, probably for both teams, and we wish you the best. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much.
My name is Ichiro Suzuki. Oh, that was the NG.
Oh, you're the all-time hit king, right?
My name is Hideki Matsui. I'm sorry. I need my interpreter, please. Hey, my interpreter! Where's my interpreter?
Oh, here he is.
Yes, there we go.
Your interpreter. What'd you call it? An
Tell me in
interpreter?
Japanese. I will tell.
はい、おし、こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
私の名前は
He's very pleased to be here.
大谷翔平です。
He feels like I'm the best baseball player he's ever seen.
今夜とても興奮してます。
Yes, and he's almost as good as me.
Enough talking about me in Japanese.
Interpreter
So-
2 will take over.
So
Just interpret
I'm
for him.
very excited tonight. I wanna play hard, good baseball. I wanna looking very good on behind the camera. So you take my great shot, please.
We will.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And where are you from originally?
Originally Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Tokyo, Japan. Yes.
All right.
I wanna say something funny, but I cannot think of it.
Well, I'm glad Ichiro retired, so now you can take his spot.
I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna run fast today.
Okay.
Well, my name is Brian Farrell. I am the manager of the Clancy's Irish. We are from Portland, Oregon. And, we're 2-1 so far. We just had a disappointing loss where we didn't play very great, but we're looking to shake this off, get a win against these guys today, and going out of the first 2 games, if we were 3-1, you told us that beforehand, we'd take that. So that's what we're looking to do.
Who do you got going tonight? And tell us a little bit about what we might see out of him.
Thad Rogers is pitching, starting for us tonight, and he is basically a crafty left-hander. He throws a lot of strikes. We got to play good defense for him. He hits his spots on the inside, outside corner of the plate. Tries to stay away from the barrel of the bat. Just a good pitcher.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck and hope to have a great game here on APN Sports. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
Go Clancy's.
All right, we're back here from Tempe Diablo Stadium getting set to go for this very pivotal game. You got the Clancy's led by their starting pitcher. His name is Thad. And we're ready to go. And the first pitch to Arboleda is in there for ball 1, and this game is underway. So just to set the stage, I mean, Southern Cal really needs a victory here. They come in with a record of 1 win, 2 loss, as the count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Beltran and Olette will follow here for the Trojans. Clancy's 2-1 by way of record, and they're sitting pretty good right now, but a victory for them would probably put them in the playoffs. Here's a shot off the shortstop's glove. That ball goes out in the center field. And it goes to Brian Farrell, their manager, who is getting the start in center field. And a leadoff single here for Ron Arboleda. That'll bring up Daniel Beltran. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Jeff Lowry with you on the play-by-play. Top of the first inning, the SoCal Trojans, led by their manager, Terrence Herron. And for many of this Southern Cal team, this is their first trip to the MSBL World Series. Runner at first with a leadoff single, nobody out. And here's a rocket into deep right center field. That ball's going to get down. And a nice sliding attempt out there to get that ball back in, but not before. Ron comes all the way around from first base to score, and the Trojans draw first blood. RBI double for Beltran, and it's 1-0 SoCal.
Number 15,
Frederick Ouellette, outstanding third place hitter for this Trojans team. So the Trojans waste absolutely no time in striking first. And the first pitch is outside ball one to Ouellette. Right-handed hitter with a runner at second, nobody out, a run is in. We're in the top half of inning number one here. Well, Thad off to a slow start. He's given up a couple of base hits to start things off. Levi Jones waiting in the wings on deck for Southern Cal. And that's ball four, and he's going to come to the plate as Beltran easily takes third base. And now Jones, runner going. Here's the throw down. It's a double steal. And the throw to the plate is not in time. And Southern Cal with 2 runs here in the first on a perfectly executed double steal. Still nobody out here in this top of the first inning. Frederick at second base for Southern Cal. And a very good start here. Jones, the cleanup hitter for the Trojans. And trying to send them up 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. Tell you, a nice job there by number 25, Brian, behind the plate. That's inside ball four. So he has walked back-to-back Southern California Trojan hitters, and now Ramiro Beltran. The Beltrans are very popular here. You're going to hear a contingency yelling and whistling every time one of them comes up. We saw Daniel double in a run, the second place hitter for the Trojans, and now the fifth place hitter, Ramiro. And here's a throw down to third, and that's another steal. So they pull off their second double steal of the inning. Here's a drive out to the center fielder and manager, Brian Farrell. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Ramiro Beltran, and it's 3-0 Trojans here in the top of the first. Now Rosario Beltran will bat. One down here in the top of the first inning, and here's a ball slapped to the shortstop. He knocks it down. He throws him out at first base. And a nice job by Ronnie staying tough on that ball after bobbling it. 2 down in the inning. And here's Andy Felt. And he slaps one to Ronnie, who's up with it, and throws on to first to retire the side. A very, very big inning for SoCal. They score 3 times, and at the end of a half, the Trojans 3 and the Irish coming up. Trojans take the field, and we go to the bottom half of inning number 1, and they'll be sending out Daniel Beltran, and he'll be facing Justin, Brian, and Ronnie. The first 3 hitters for Clancy's Irish, led by their manager, Brian Farrell. We talked to him in the pregame show. Good speed on this ball club, and you got to keep this guy off the base paths if you want some success. Very, very difficult to keep him from stealing second base. If he gets on base, he's in scoring position. 3-0 lead for the SoCal Trojans. A very successful inning. And here is a ball lifted out into left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Justin. And we'll see if he's stealing here early in the count to Brian. Brian Farrell, the manager. And he's swinging and lifts one in the air, shallow right, and Hance could not make a play on it. That's going to be a base hit. And now the first 2 have reached, just like the Trojans in their first inning. I'll bring up Ronnie, the third place hitter. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Defensively, let's take a look at the SoCal Trojans. They've got Hirota at first base, Hans at second, KJ short, Levi Jones is at third base, Frederick Ouellette is in left, Terrence Herron in center, and Beltran is in right field. And that is Ramiro Beltran. Remember, we got 3 Beltrans. Here's a quick throw down the second, not in time. And we weren't given the defense before the game. It does look like Pena is doing the catching, and on the mound is Daniel Beltran. This ball skips away, and runners will move up second and third. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Well, Clancy's gave up 3 in the top of the first inning, but they got the tying run at the plate. The pitch to Ronnie is swung on and lifted high in the air. Back in the center field. Terrence is under it. He's got it. That'll be deep enough to score Clancy Irish, his first run of the ball game, and it's now 3-1. They cut the deficit to 2 as Justin scores from third. So that is the first out recorded by the Trojans in this World Series game. This is game 4 for both teams. And now the hard-hitting, powerful cleanup hitter Nate, and this one skips away from the catcher, and now you got a runner at third base, and Nate representing the tying run for Clancy. Clancy's Irish. And another one, and this is going to score their second run of the game. Boy, you just hate that.
Now batting number 9, Travis.
That'll bring up Travis. So a 1-out walk by Nate. Travis batting for the first time. It is now SoCal who is in the field in those burgundy or maroon tops. Pretty much the USC colors. University of Southern California, which is pretty much in downtown Los Angeles. Shot foul. We did a couple of years the Pacific Coast Baseball League out there. James Dupre, a guy that played in this league for many years, then started his own league, and they had their championships at Dado Field. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, USC, they haven't been a powerhouse in years, but they still have the most Division I NCAA championships, back-to-back walks. So you got runners at first and second, still only 1 out, and Bruce will be the batter. 3-2, Trojans lead it here in the bottom of the first, and this one is lifted foul, first base side. Pena with a nice stop behind home plate. Well, the Trojans could use a ground ball double play here, as Beltran has had a little control issues over the last 2 batters. He has walked the 4 and 5 hitters, Nate and Travis respectively. And now going up against a tough line drive hitter in Bruce with Farm on deck, F-A-R-M. And a ground ball towards the third baseman. They'll go second one. It's juggled. They're going to say the transfer, the catch was made, but the transfer is where the bobble. So 2 down. You got runners at first and third. Tying run 90 feet away with 2 out, and here's Farm. And here's a ball lined to the second baseman, and it's dropped. The ball was dropped, and that's going to allow the tying run to score. And we have a 3-3 tie here in the first. Well, David Hans had a chance to end this inning, and it just went right off the edge of his glove. That's going to be ruled an error, and that's the first error on the SoCal Trojans. And here's Tully. And he slices one to the shortstop. Nice play there as KJ throws on to first to retire the side. But 3 runs come across, and we are heading to the second. Tempe Diablo Stadium, and we are tied. Yeah, we're getting some great shots of downtown Phoenix from our APN blimp. How about that? Big time. Heading now to the top half of the second inning. And the first batter coming up is David Hance, the second baseman. He is the 8th hitter in the lineup for the manager, Terrence Herron. Yeah, special thanks to Terrence for setting up today's broadcast. And thanks to Brian Farrell for chipping in and allowing APN to be a part of your World Series experience. Hance, the starting second baseman. And that one is going to be under the knees for a ball. That's a good eye right there. Inside, ball 4 and a leadoff walk. So a good start here for the SoCal Trojans. Leadoff hitter is aboard, and here is Bruce Hirota.
Number 3, Bruce Hirota.
Hirota is out of Westchester, New York. Of course, he claimed that his real name is Ichiro Hideki Matsui Suzuki. And he hits like a base hit in the right field. And this one skips away from the right fielder. Here comes Bruce to second, and he's going to be in with a 2-base hit. So the runners are at second and third, and well, right on cue, and Bruce Hirota for Greg Silver. A good piece of hitting. He kind of has more of a Hideki Matsui swing than a Ichiro. And here's a high chopper to the right side, fielded by the second baseman who throws out the first. Nice play by Justin, but the run will score and give Silver an RBI, and it's now 4-3 as the Trojans take their second lead. Here's a ground ball, and wide to third. That's going to score another run. RBI single for KJ. The second run comes across, and it's 5-3, Southern California. Terrence Herron, the manager and center fielder for the SoCal Trojans. And the first pitch is inside, ball 1. Well, we've got the APN helicopter now flying over. We had the blimp earlier. Now we have our helicopter getting some award-winning shots from high atop of Tempe Diablo Stadium. First time up for Terrence. And he puts bat on ball and drives it into deep right field, and it's over the head of the right fielder. Terrence is aboard. That'll be a long single, and runners will be at first and third. So Terrence really put a charge into that ball and hit it over the head of the right fielder. And now the catcher, Richie Pena. He takes the first pitch. Looked good, but apparently a little bit low. Ball 1. Second inning work for Thad. And he hit the batter. And now the bases are loaded, filled with SoCal Trojans. And here is Manny Perez. And that is going to be all for Thad. He's going to give way to the second pitcher used here by Clancy Irish. And this is going to be Bruce. And here's a ground ball, base hit up the middle. Manny Perez with an RBI hit. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. It's a 4-run second inning, and it's 7-3 in favor of Southern Cal. So a 2-run single, and what a way to greet the new pitcher, Bruce. Bouncing ball foul. We go back to the top of the Trojans lineup, and Ron Arboleda. He had a base hit and a run scored in the 3-run first. They've added 4 here in the top of the second and lead 7-3. Thad goes 2 and a third innings. All 7 runs charged to him, and in fact, Richie Pena The runner at second taking off for third, and he is going to be in, and he's coming home. That ball didn't get far, and he is going to score. Richie Pena comes in, and it's a 5-run inning. And now the next batter, fly ball left field, and this should take care of business. 2 down. Did not get Manny Perez in. 2 down in the inning, and here's Daniel Beltran. Beltran with a double RBI in the first inning. So things going quite well for this SoCal team. 3 in the first and 5 more here in inning number 2. That's a quality pitch right there by Bruce. That might have been like a 2-seam fastball. And the next pitch is grounded up the middle. The shortstop knocks it down. He will not have a play. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a base hit because I don't think he would have got up and threw him out. And now 6 runs have come across, and it's 9-3 Southern California. Line drive caught by the shortstop, but a big inning for the Trojans. We go to the bottom of the second inning here on APN. And we're coming to you from the spring training home of the Angels. And APNvideo.com, bottom half of the second inning. I have a feeling this might be one of those old-fashioned gunslinging shootouts here between these two teams. Clancy's Irish, led by their manager Brian Farrell, 2 wins, 1 loss. They put up 47 runs in their first 2 games. So if you think you're going to hold them to 3, 4, 5 runs in this game, that's not going to happen. Second inning of work for Daniel Beltran. The Beltran boys have a big contingency over here at third base, and as he goes to work against Fowler to lead things off here, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk, and now the left-handed hitting Barnes. And he swings and fouls it off. That's going to be back this way. I think that ball came into our broadcast well here at Tempe Diablo Stadium as the count goes 0 balls and 1 strike on Barnes. He chops one to the first base side. Nice play there by Manny Perez. And the throw to first not in time. He got the lead runner, and that was the most important play. That'll bring up Freeman. Three walks in total. This ball gets away, allowing Barnes to move up 90 feet to second base. Now a quick meeting of the minds. Ball 4. That is the 4th walk issued by Daniel. And we're only 1 out here in the second inning, so the command problems continue. So after a quick timeout, we go back to the top of the order for the Irish. Clancy's Irish, and here's Justin, the second baseman. And he is quickly ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the second inning. 3-0. Now, Terrence might want to start considering getting somebody loosening up in that bullpen because the command issues are abundant. Ball 4, he has walked, the bases loaded. And that is going to be the day for him. So, yeah, that was a tough outing. Greg Silver. So a new pitcher on the mound, and it's going to be Arboleda. So an inning and a third for Daniel Beltran. Arboleda, the new pitcher. He inherits the bases loaded and one of their top players and manager Brian Farrell. A good start to the Clancy's Irish bottom half of inning number 2 as they trail going into this inning 9-3. Brian, a single, a run scored his last time up against the new pitcher, Ron Arboleda. And that's ball 4, or is it? No, I didn't think so. Brian got a little ahead of himself. It's way outside. And 3 straight pitches out of the strike zone, and that's ball 4. And that's going to force in a run, and it is now 9-4. So now Ronnie at the plate. Sac fly to center field. Bases remain loaded. First pitch, ball 1. Two and nothing. We might see Rosario Beltran coming in here soon. And that is 6 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone. And ball 4. They have forced in another run, and it's a 2-run bottom half of the 5th inning, and Clancy's Irish looking good. And now the tying run comes to the plate, and Nate. 4 consecutive walks, and here's Rosario. 4 consecutive walks by SoCal pitching. And here's Nate with the bases loaded, 1 out, and it's ball 1. Well, it's just like striking out too much. If you don't put the bat on the ball, you don't know if you're going to get a base hit or what the deal's going to be. And it's the same if you start walking everybody, you don't know if they're going to ground out or make an out, and you can't make an out if you're walking everybody. 5 out of the last 6 Clancy Irish batters have gotten on base via the walk, and that is outside ball 3. Ball 4. That is 5 consecutive walks. And SoCal has forced in 3 runs via the walk, and it's 9-6. Here's Travis. And guess what he did the first time? He walked. 9-6, tying run at first. And a shot to the shortstop, and it's that hard surface. It bounced over the shortstop's head, and 2 runs are going to come across, and we got a 1-run affair. First and third, 8 runs, or 5 runs in the inning, and it's now 9-8. Still only 1 out. Travis, on an error, will be credited with an RBI. And here's Bruce. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. And he takes a strike, and the crowd responds. Inside, it hit him. The bases are loaded again. That is the 7th free pass issued by the Trojans here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And here's Farm. And he lines one down the left field line, and it is foul. Kicking up some dirt about 300 feet away from home plate. 0-1 to Farm. And a swing and a foul tip. 0-2. Bases are loaded. And still only 1 out here in the home half of the 5th. And the Trojans clinging to a 1-run 9-8 lead here. That one fouled off the instep or the ankle of the man known as Farm. Beltran delivers, and this one's popped up. It's going to be near the fence and drops into the dugout. So a nice effort over there by That one is way outside. And he lifts one in the air, left field. That's pretty deep. Should be deep enough to score the run, and the ball's going to be dropped. One run will score, and the bases will remain loaded. Second error of the inning for the Trojans. And it's a light show here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. 7-run inning and a ground ball foul first base side off the bat of Tilley. And a fly ball out into right field, and this is going to be playable by Beltran, who went from pitching mound to right field. Another run is in. That's going to be a sac fly for Tilley. And they have taken a 10-9 lead here in the bottom half of inning number 2. They have batted around, and here is Fowler, who started the inning with a walk. Six walks, a hit batsman. I have never seen this before. Check that, a 7-run inning without the benefit of a base hit. That is a new MSBL World Series record. That has never happened before. That's another walk. Fowler has walked both times. And the bases are loaded again. And here is Barnes, the fielder's choice, his last time up. And a swing and a foul out of play. He had a good cut at a pitch that was out over the plate. Barnes, a fielder's choice run scored back in the early stages of this inning. And here's a ground ball to the shortstop. He bobbles it once. He throws. That ball is going to get away from the second baseman. Another run is going to score. And the bases are, well, we got runners at first and third. So that's another error, the third error of the inning. 8 runs have come across, and it's 11-9 Irish. Popped him up. Freeman into left field. Frederick coming on. He makes the catch, and mercifully, the second inning is in the books. It's 11-9. We're heading to the third from Tempe Diablo Stadium. This is the MSBL World Series. Lord Almighty.
9:45 p.m.
Levi Jones there was not one single hit in that last inning. Ground ball third, nice play. Up, throws, got him, one down. Jones retired 5-3. And here is Ramiro batting for the second time. He had a sacrifice fly in the third, and he grounds one to shortstop. Knocked down there. Nice job. Throw it to first in time, 2 down. And Ronnie's played a nice shortstop here tonight from the winter home of the Angels, Tempe Diablo Stadium. There's Ronnie. Good job out there, staying with it. And El Rosario Beltran. And a little brush back pitch there by Bruce, and it's ball 1. Well, they don't call him Headhunter Bruce for nothing. No, I'm kidding. That one just got away from him. I will say this about Bruce. If he's got command of that, he's got a good fastball. If he's got command of it, he's tough, and there it is. Changed the eye level. Outstanding job. 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the bottom of the third, and Clancy's Irish leading SoCal 11-9. Levi Jones is the 4th pitcher used here today by Terrence Herron, the manager of the Southern California Trojans, donning the uniforms of the USC Trojans. And here's a ground ball on a check swing, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Justin now 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored. And they'll bring up Brian Farrell, their manager. A single, a run scored in the first. He walked in a run in the second and came around to score. Clancy Irish with the black tops, white pants, they lead it 11-9. They've scored 3 in the first and 8 runs in the bottom of the second inning and set a major league record and an MSBL record for the most runs scored in an inning without the benefit of a base hit, a single base hit. That's incredible. I think Steve Sigler in the office just awarded the team a brand new F-150 for their achievement here. And they do that. They pass those trucks out every time there's a MSBL World Series record. Here's a high chopper to the third baseman. Daniels got it. And the low throw, and he's going to be safe. It gets away from the first baseman. And the run will score. So there'll be an error on the third baseman. Justin comes around the score to make it a 12-9 contest. And now the shortstop, Ronnie, batting for the third time. He has a sac fly. He has walked in a run. He has scored a run. He has 2 RBI producing at bats. And he squibs one towards the shortstop. They'll go second one. They'll throw it on to first. It won't be in time. Ronnie runs too well. That'll be the first out of the inning. A fielder's choice that goes 6-4. And that's the first out of the inning. And here is Nate, who swings and fouls it out of play. Nate has walked twice, driven in a run, and scored twice. 12-9, Clancy's Irish Pub on top here. No, this is not a beer league, folks. That's just a proud sponsor of this baseball team. Here's a throw down the second, not in time. Now we apologize for the fuzzing up on the camera. That'll be a stolen base by Ronnie, and obviously 12 runs is not going to win this game here today. Nate up there. Or check that, Travis. With Bruce on deck. A run is in here in the bottom half of the inning. First, the pitch. And that's inside for a ball. Ball 4. Two down. Here's Bruce with runners at first and second, and he swings. He's tardy on that one and lines it down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike on him. Hit by a pitch his last time up. He's hit into a fielder's choice. And he got fisted on that one, but gets it over the head of the shortstop out into left center field. Coming around third and scoring is Ronnie. That is the second run of the inning, and it's 13-9 Irish. Clancy's Irish. First hit for Bruce. And now Farm sends a fly ball out in the left, short left field. That's a base hit. They're waving the runner around. Here comes a throw to the plate, and they got him. What a sensational throw by Frederick out in left field. Our Marucci, big play of the day. But they score 3 times in the inning and check that 2 times and take a 13-9 lead. What a throw from left field. Hang a star next to that one. And that's going to be a leadoff hit batsman. Andy Feet heads down to first. And now you got a wild pitch, and now you got a runner at second base. Fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike on David Hance. Second baseman, starting second baseman for the SoCal Trojans. What a play out there in left field. I didn't think he had a chance. And I mean, he came up and fired a BB right on the money. That's a pop up and 1 down. Taken care of by, what was that, Nate out there at shortstop? Or check that, Justin. Now Justin has taken over. And here's a high pop-up on the infield, and the first baseman's got it. Barnes, 2 down. Well, I said Bruce Hirota, who just popped out, is from Westchester. I think Greg Silver's from Westchester, New York. Yeah, I would say so. He grounded out back in the second inning, but it produced a run. Runner at second, 2 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. And here's a chopping ball towards Justin. He will field. He'll throw the one-hop throw. And how about Greg Silver getting down the line with lightning-like swiftness? He beats it out, and that's an infield hit. Now Kevin Johnson. Swing and was that a foul tip or a flat out? Yep, he missed it. That's a stolen base for Silver, who's got good wheels. He chops one down the third base, let it go foul, and I think that ball hit the bag. I think that ball might have hit the bag. Greg Silver says that ball hit the bag. And all laughs for the Clancy Irish. Here's a ball lifted in the air to center, and that's dropping in for a hit. 1 run is going to score. Here comes a throw to the plate. It's not in time. It's a 2-run single for KJ. And I'll tell you what, SoCal is right back into this ball game. It's 13-11. 2-run single for Kevin Johnson. And the batter is Terrence Herron, who hit a long single to right field, but hit it probably over 300 feet in the air to deep right field. So he is aboard. KJ went to second on the throw to the plate, so good base running there. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Second inning of work for Bruce, who is in relief of starting pitcher Thad. We're in the 40 and over Mountain Division. SoCal got outscored in their first 2 games 47-2, but then they beat the UK United Kingdom Ireland team 19-10. And now a high pop-up, and Nate calls it, and he hauls it in, and that will retire the side. But a productive inning, 2 runs. They get themselves right back in the ball game. It's 13-11 as we head to the home half of the 4th. Jeff Lowry back here from the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Levi Jones. It'll be Tilly, Fowler, and Barnes here. Good pitch. And a big swing and a miss. Well, they are hoping that Levi Jones can kind of settle things down here for the Southern California Trojans. And a wave and a miss. That's a strikeout, 1 down. First strikeout for Levi since he came in. And next batter is going to be Fowler, and he has walked twice. And this is a guy that does not like to walk. He likes to get up there and hit the ball. And a wave and a miss, and that's an awfully good breaking pitch by Levi Jones. Fowler walked in the second 2 times. Jeff Lowry coming to you from the winter home of the Angels, Tempe Diablo Stadium. Here's a pop-up on the right side and drifting back and making a nice catch. Good job, out number 2, David Hance getting the job done. So 2 up and 2 down, and here's Barnes. There's the manager, Terrence Herron. Talked to him before the game. They really struggled through the first 2 games, but obviously, now with some confidence with the 19-10 win in their last game over the United Kingdom team. And here's a ground ball to the right side, and Hance again. And he will throw to first, and our first 1-2-3 inning for the Trojans. Both teams have had a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the fifth inning coming up, 13-11. This is APNvideo.com and our coverage of the 32nd annual MSBL World Series from the winter home of the Angels. Baseball's World Series starts this week, and it's the Houston Astros, the winningest team in all of baseball, taking on the Washington Nationals. And what should be an interesting, at least some of the pitching matchups with red-hot Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, Zach Greinke. Cole could be the Cy Young Award winner. Verlander could too. They both had very similar seasons. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, and SoCal trailing by 2. And a leadoff walk here to Richie Perez. That'll bring up Manny Perez, who had a 2-run single his first time up in the second, and they've thrown the ball away. And heading to second is Richie Pena. Well, Manny actually represents the tying run as he shoots one foul down the right field line. No balls, 1 strike. And this one is popped up down the right field line, and this one's going to drop foul. Barnes gave chase, could not come up with it. Perez down 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Manny Perez, the last hitter in the lineup for the SoCal Trojans. Top of the fifth inning, Trojans trailing 13-11. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ron Arbolito is on deck, the leadoff hitter in the SoCal Trojans lineup. 80 degrees was our temperature at game time on this October 22nd. And the changeup stays high. Full count. Fly ball out into left center field, and this ball is going to be caught. Fine play into the gap by Travis. And the runner's going to advance to third, and he is in, safe sliding. Ron batting for the 3rd time, a single and a run scored. Back in the first inning, he is flied to left. He hits a ground ball on a drawn-in infield, and it's a 1-run game. RBI single for Arboleda, and it's 13-12 as Pena scores from third. Great base running there. Now Daniel Beltran, who takes ball 1. In the air, right center field. 2 converge. The right fielder's got it. And that's going to be an awfully big second out here as Freeman makes the catch in right field. Well, here's the guy who made that great assist outfield play, popping it up, Frederick. And what about that? Well, they do get 1. And we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here from Tempe Diablo Stadium. It is a 1-run affair. This is APN. That was a pretty good job of pitching there by Bruce. After giving up the leadoff single and then the RBI hit by Arbolito, as this one is popped up to the second baseman, and he will corral it for out number 1. So Freeman pops out to the second baseman, Hance.
Number 13, Weston.
We go back to the top of the order, and here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, Justin grounding one to the right side. And that is the first time they've retired him in this game. A 4-3 putout. Another nice play by David. And there's 2 down. So Justin had 2 singles, 3 runs scored, and a walk. Well, here's Brian. He has found his way on base in each of the 3 times he's been to the plate. Single run scored, walked in a run, scored a run in the 2nd inning, and he reached on an error in the 3rd. He bats here in the bottom half of inning number 5. 13-12, Clancy's Irish. driven out of play to the right side. Ready with the next pitch. Ryan takes strike 3 called, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. The second 3-up, 3-down inning for the Trojans on defense, and we go to the top of the 6th. It's a 1-run affair, and Bruce is out for yet another inning. Heading to the top of the 6th inning will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. This is the 4th inning of work for Bruce. He came in with 1 out in the top half of the 3rd inning and has done a pretty good job so far. He'll be facing Jones, Beltran, Ramiro Beltran, and Rosario Beltran, and then Andy Felt from there. Here's a chopper down to 3rd, and a nice play. Long throw, takes the first baseman off the bag, but Thad will scoop it up and take it to the bag for out number 1. Ramiro Beltran has a sacrifice fly. He is grounded to short. Well, this top of the 6th inning marks our award-winning APN Sports Trivia question. Get your baseball thinking caps on and see if you can come up with the scoreboard stumper here tonight. That's fouled off the hands. Ramiro Beltran. And a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. 2 down. That is the 2nd strikeout by Bruce. And here is Rosario. And he's first pitch swinging. Pop up. Justin's got it. A 1-2-3 inning. So after some long innings, we've seen 3 of the last 4 halves of the inning go 1-2-3. Bottom of the 6th coming up. The Irish of Clancy's Irish Pub clinging to a 1-run lead. Ronnie, Nate, and Travis. The first 3. Levi Jones. 3rd inning of work for him. And this one is popped up into shallow left field, and this one's going to drop in for a hit. So Ronnie is aboard. That is, believe it or not, only the 6th hit of the ball game for Clancy's. Remember, back in that 8-run second, they did not get a base hit in that entire inning, yet they scored 8 runs to set an MSBL World Series record for the most runs in an inning without the benefit of a hit. Nate has walked twice, and he's 0 for 1. Our trivia question is 4 active Major League Baseball players with 400 career home runs or more. Can you name them? A quick hint, all of them are of Hispanic descent. Runner goes. Here's the throw. Not in time, and that's a steal. So Ronnie safe, head first sliding safe into second base. So they got the leadoff hitter aboard here in the 6th inning. In there for a strike. Throw to second, not in time. He goes out in the center field, but a good job by Terrence. He was backing up. He came in a few extra steps just to back up. Nate looking for his first hit of the day, and I don't know what was wrong with that pitch, and he has walked for the 3rd time in 4 tries. 1st and 2nd occupied for Travis. Travis has been on base all 3 times, and that's a great stop there by the catcher. I'm assuming that's Richie Pena. Here is a high chopper, 3rd base, step on the bag for 1. They're going to throw it on to 1st, and that is a double play. A 5-3 double play, and there's 2 down in the inning. What a sensational play down at the hot corner by Ron Arboleda. And there is 2 down in the inning, and here's a ground ball to the right side, knocked down by the second baseman. David's up, throws, and they got him. Well, a couple of web gems to end the bottom of the 6th inning, and we head to the 7th. The Trojans coming to the plate. They trail by 1. This is APNvideo.com. Jeff Lowry back in the ballpark in the 2019 MSBL World Series. Andy Feet will start things off. He'll be followed by David Hance and Bruce Hirota from Westchester, New York. No, I'm just kidding. Here's a drive out into deep left field and a sliding attempt. He can't make the play. And Andy Felt is aboard with a base hit. And he represents the tying run. Hit number 10 for the SoCal Trojans. And here's a drive in the center off the bat of David, but he hit it almost right where Brian was standing. Brian Farrell, the manager center fielder for the Clancy Irish Pub. That was just a very loud out off the bat of David Hance, and now Bruce Hirota. And he chops one foul, or, oh, we're going to, yep, you're right, catcher's interference. Catcher's interference. That's an error on the catcher, and runners are at first and second. Greg Silver. Drove in a run back in the second inning when he grounded to the right side, and then singled and scored, beat out an infield hit with some great hustle. So he's 1 for 2, a run scored, an RBI. He's produced 2 runs altogether, and he fouls that one off. Bruce in his 5th inning of work. And a high chopper to the first baseman. He's going to go to second, 1, and they get the out there, safe at first. Silver runs too well. Fielder's choice, 2 down. They're on the corners, and here's Kevin Johnson, who had a 2-run single back in the 4th. So you got the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first. We're in the top of the 7th inning with SoCal trailing Clancy Irish Pub 13-12. He pops it up, and Bruce is under, calling for it. Hit ball's going to drop in. Well, a miscommunication, and the run is going to score in Andy Felt. No one's covering second. The ball pops loose, and 2 runs are going to score. Greg Silver with some tremendous base running in this game, and they take the lead, the Trojans, 14-13. And Kevin Johnson's going to be credited with another RBI and a base hit. And he's 3 for 3 with 3 RBI at-bats. And Kevin Johnson has 4 RBIs on the day. And here is Terrence Herron. He singled and scored in the second inning. He popped up his last time up. And with 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning, SoCal leads it 14-13. Foul back. Yeah, talked to Terrence a few times, and really enjoyed talking to him. This is a big baseball fan, and his first trip out here, so it's always special. And I think these guys just want to make some plays and make sure they have a lot of fun and stay healthy. And here's a chopping ball to the right side, and that's fielded by Nate, and he will throw on to first to retire the side. But 2 runs come across. Clancy's Irish. They relinquish the lead as they bat here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it is now 14-13 in favor of SoCal. Another inning of work for Levi Jones, 5th inning of work for him. He'll be facing Farm, Tilley, and Fowler. Good pitch on 3-0.
E6.
Well, we apologize. We were just temporarily off the air, and an error on the shortstop allows Farm. And that's going to be all for Levi Jones. So Terrence Herron, the manager of the Southern California Trojans, is going to make a pitching change. New pitcher is going to be Andy Felt. This is the 5th pitcher they have used, and this is a winnable ball game for both these teams. The Trojans come up with a win here. That would put them at 2-2 and right back into the playoff hunt. The Clancys at 2-1, a victory would almost assure them of a playoff position. A loss, and then they're in the same boat pretty much with the Trojans. Clancy's came in here. Well, right now they have a -1 run differential. They have given up 53 runs and a chopping ball base hit on this hard turf until he has a base hit, his first hit of the day. I'll tell you what, if you are an infielder, they're at first and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. You know, look at the defensive alignment. 4th time up for Fowler, who has walked twice and grounded to second. Runner goes. They will be at second and third, or will the run score? The run will score, and we're tied up at 14 apiece. 14 all as Farm scores from third. And now Fowler with a chance to regain the lead for his team. It's been back and forth. Trojans got out to an early 3-0 lead. Clancy's tied it at 3 after 1. It was 9-3 Trojans at the end of an inning and a half. Clancy's scored 10 unanswered runs, 8 in the second, 2 in the third, and that gave them a 12-9 lead. Only to see the Trojans get 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And 2 more in the 7th to take a 14-13 lead. Ground ball down to third. And there was no force out, and they still had enough time to throw Fowler out at first base. And Daniel was lucky that things worked out there. So you got a runner at third base, 1 down. We're in a 14-all tie, and here's Barnes. He skies one into shallow center field. Long run, Frederick's got it, and they won't run on him. Here's the throw to the plate, and a great play out there in center field, 2 down. Freeman is 0 for 2. Jeff Lowry coming to you from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Mr. Felt on the mound. And a chopper to third, charging is Daniel, and a soft toss over, and they get out of the inning with just 1 run scoring. We go to the top of the 8th inning from Tempe Diablo Stadium, and we're tied at 14 apiece. Here's a bunt off the bat of Richie Pena, the bare hand by Farm. The throw to first, not in time. Hit number 12 and a bunt single. And here's Manny Perez. Manny, a 2-run hit in the 2nd inning. He is flied out to left. A 14-14 tie as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Southern Cal trying to even their World Series record as the runner goes, and that's a stolen base. And he represents the go-ahead run for the Trojans, and here's a ball hit foul down the right field line. Well, you see the big light show in the background, and ground ball up the middle, and the shortstop is there, and that's Ronnie, who returns to that position. 1 down, runner at third. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and here's Ron Arbolito, who has had 2 hits. He's driven in a run and scored a run. He's 2 for 3. 14-14 tie. I told you this was going to be one of them shootouts, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from Diablo Stadium. Bruce in his 6th inning of relief work. And a shot, and it's dropped by the second baseman. His only play is to first. He gets the man there, and there's 2 down. That play goes 4-3. And the batter's going to be Daniel Beltran, who has doubled in a run, drove in a run, and scored. A single in the second. He's 2 for 3. High fly ball. And this one is hit well, and a basket catch by Brian Farrell to retire the side. What a spectacular play out in center field. And we are heading now to the bottom of the 8th inning. We are tied at 14. This is APNvideo.com. Well, we have seen 28 combined runs scored in this game, and yet we've only got a combined 17 hits. That's another Major League record and another MSBL World Series record. Here's Justin batting for the 5th time. He slaps one past the third baseman and into left field, and he's got another base hit. He represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And here's Brian for the 5th time. Single, walk, reached on an error, struck out. He has scored twice. He's driven in a run. He squares the bunt, lays down a beauty. Daniel, or rather Felt, knocks it down and still had the wherewithal to bounce up and throw him out at first. Tremendous play, 1-3, and that goes for a sacrifice bunt. Here's Lonnie. Ronnie first pitch swinging in the air to left, and that's going to be caught. Let's see who the new left fielder is. That's KJ, 2 down. So you got a runner at second, and he represents the go-ahead run here for Clancy Irish. Now Nate. He's walked 3 times. He's 0 for 1 with 3 walks in the contest. Second inning of work for Andy Felt. 14-14 tie with a go-ahead run at second base and 2-man out for Nate, the cleanup hitter. Pitch. And he wallops one down the right field line, but foul. That would have been probably a double and maybe a triple if it stayed fair. Nate looking for his first hit of the contest. As Felt comes to the stretch, the pitch. He left that one way outside. Here's a quick throw down to second, not in time. Levi Jones taking over at shortstop for Southern Cal. And that's going to be a called strike. Good pitch. I'd throw it right there again. I think the worst that is going to happen is Nate's going to get jammed and foul it off. He skies one on the infield. It's a one-hopper. The throw to first, and they did not get him, and the run is going to score. Boy, what a tough break that time for the Trojans. It goes for an RBI hit, and they have regained the lead. Clancy Irish at 15-14. Scoring is Justin on an infield hit by Nate, and now Travis for the 5th time, who has walked twice. He's driven in a run by reaching on an error in the second, and his last time up, he hit into a 5-3 double play. Bottom of the 8th inning. Clancy's Irish retakes the lead. Had 4 lead changes. We've had several ties in this game. And now Travis trying to extend this bottom half of the 8th inning. The runner is going to go, and the runner is going to steal second without a throw. Popped him up, shallow right. And a nice catch out there for out number 3. But a run comes across, and we go to the top of the 9th inning, and Terrence Herron, the manager of the team, his Trojans are going to have to score to equalize. We'll be back in just a moment. A nice play out in right field by Rosario Beltran. High fly ball out in the shallow center, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. So Clancy's Irish takes the lead over in the bottom of the 8th inning, and now Frederick with a bloop single. He's 1 for 3, and the batter is Jones. And they got him picked off. First base. Now Frederick heading back to first, and he's going to make it. Boy, they dodged a bullet there. Down by 1 in the top of the 9th inning. And the last thing you want to do after your leadoff hitter gets on is to get picked off at first base, and Frederick was able to get into a bit of a rundown. He was able to beat the Rap at first base. So he represents the tying run with Barnes covering over at first base. And here's a smash down the third. It's off the glove of Farm. And that's going to be an error on the third baseman. They're at first and second. And Levi Jones at first base represents the go-ahead run for Southern California. High chopper off the bat of Ramiro. They'll go second one. They'll throw it on the first. No chance. Well, Ramiro with good speed beats the Rap. And now the tying run standing 90 feet away at third base. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Rosario Beltran is looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 3. The check of the runner, the pitch to the plate, and here is a chopping ball to the second baseman. Justin's only play is at first, and it pulls the first baseman off the bag. That'll be an infield hit for Rosario. And this game is tied at 15 runs apiece here in the top of the 9th inning. So give Beltran an RBI, his first, and here's pitcher Andy Felt. Bruce in his 7th inning of relief work. Thad went the first 2 1/3. And a 15-all tie, and he hits Felt. And that could not have felt very good. That is the third hit batsman, the second time Andy's been hit. And Bruce is coming over to apologize. Yeah, you like to see that. Good sportsmanship from Andy Felt, number 4, and pitcher number 21, Bruce. Or since we don't have last names, Brucey 21. Base hit, David into left field. And the SoCal Trojans take the lead. And the throw comes in. They'll hold the second runner up. RBI hit for David Hance. And it's 16-15 in favor of the Trojans. What a back and forth instant classic here on APN Sports we've seen tonight. And here's a shot down the line. That is a fair ball base hit for Bruce Hirota. His second hit of the day. 2 runs are going to score, and Bruce has an RBI 2-run double. What a night here for him. 3 more runs come across. It's a 5-run top of the 9th inning, and Bruce Hirota, the man of the moment. And what a moment for the Trojans. That'll bring up Greg Silver, and he hits a ground ball to the right side. They bobble, they throw, and not in time. The speed of Greg Silver. And I'd be the first to tell you that, you know, he doesn't look like Bruce Jenner, but he's got, well, at least he doesn't cross-dress. So this one is popped up. And that's going to be dropped by the catcher. Nice effort there by Fowler. That's a tough play. That ball wasn't hit very high. All KJ's done is driven in 4, and he's driven in runs in each of his 3 at-bats. 5 runs in. And here's a high pop-up, and the second baseman, I don't know what Silver is doing. I don't know if he was trying to distract the second baseman, but he gets back in safely, and there's 2 down. Well, here's Terrence with a couple of men on base, first and third. And there goes the runner to second. I would not throw, and they do not. So second and third. A 5-run top of the 9th inning for SoCal. How many times in this game did you get the feeling that Clancy's was going to kind of maybe not necessarily run away with it, but just stay in command? They were just going to roll over a little bit. You kind of had that feeling a couple of times because of the big innings that the Trojans have given up, but they have been pesky, and now they own a 4-run lead. So a great job by this team. I think it all starts with their manager, who's at the plate, Terrence Herron. Nice catch by Farm over there, and that'll retire the side. 5 big runs. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Trojans by 4 on 8 p.m. Well, nice defensive play in the top of the 9th inning, and now Clancy's will come up. This is their last at bat. He'll be Bruce, he'll be Farm, he'll be Tilley. And going up against Andy Felt, who has a chance to win this ball game. 19-15 in favor of the SoCal Trojans. Good cut by Bruce. Bruce pitched 6 2/3 innings of relief. So that's pretty impressive. You save a lot of pitches on your pitching staff when you got somebody that comes in and gives you 6 2/3 of relief. That's awesome. It's not always about throwing goose eggs. A lot of times you're playing 6 games in 4 days. A lot of times, as that's ball 4, Bruce has found his way on base 4 of the 5 times he's been to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch. He had an RBI single in the 3rd. Fielder's choice and a walk. Here's Farm. He made an outstanding play at third base to end the top of the 9th inning. 19-15, Trojans over Clancy's Irish Pub. Quick throw down the first, not in time. Excellent stop by Bruce Hirota at first base. Ground ball slapped to shortstop. Bobbled once. Jones gets the lead runner. They will not get the double play. So a 6-4 fielder's choice. 1 down. Here is Tilley. 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. And this one is hit down the line, and I believe that's a foul ball.
Foul ball.
That is a foul ball. Tilley nursing looks like maybe a quad or a groin injury. Here's a ball hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, and the quick throw to second. Oh my goodness, Jones almost threw him out at the bag at second base. What a great attempt by 25. It goes for a base hit. Runners are at first and second for Fowler. And here's a shot up the middle, base hit. Here comes the runner around third. Here comes a throw home, and they will get the run, and it's 19-16. And here comes Clancy's RBI hit for Fowler. The 11th hit of the day, and a swing and a foul by Barnes. 0-1. 1 out, first and second, and Barnes represents the tying run. He takes inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the tension is growing here in what has become a very exciting bottom of the 9th inning. That one's foul. Our trivia question answer: 4 players current MLB players with 400 career home runs or more. If you didn't get the first one, you haven't been paying much attention to baseball, Albert Pujols, 650-plus home runs. The second one, another future Hall of Famer, the man from Detroit with 477, Miguel Cabrera. Edwin Encarnacion, that's a swing and a miss, and down he goes. A big strikeout by Andy Felt, 2 down in the inning. And the SoCal Trojans 1 out away from picking up their second consecutive win and evening up their 2019 MSBL World Series record at 2. Swing and a miss by Freeman, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. First and second, he represents a tying run. So Edwin Encarnacion with 414, and the gentleman who hit a home run late in the regular season, Nelson Cruz with 401. They hit the batter, and now the bases are loaded. You got the tying run at first, and we go back to the top of the order. Here's Justin batting for the 6th time. Nope, they're going to add number 6 to the bottom of the order. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Great courtesy run first.
Andy Felt trying to wrap this thing up for the SoCal Trojans, but the bases are loaded and 2 outs in the 9th inning, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. A 3-run lead for the Trojans. Can they close it out here in the bottom of the 9th inning? The wind and the pitch. And it's a high chopper that Felt will field. He looks to third. He throws to first, and he's out. And the ball game is over. No, it isn't. They called him safe, and the run is in, and it's 19-17. The umpire raised his hand as if he was going to call him out, and then he said safe and probably made the right call. So that's an infield hit for number 6, who was batting for Justin. And now it's up to Brian Farrell. Farrell can walk off this game right now. Tying run at second, winning run at first. And he skies one out into left field deep, and this ball is foul and nearly hit the ball out of the ballpark. Brian Farrell gave that ball a ride. With the bases loaded, down by 2, the pitch outside a ball. Felt goes into the line, bottom of the 9th. The pitch is popped up, first base side. Under it is the first baseman, Bruce Hirota. And the Southern California Trojans are victorious here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Andy Felt in relief wins it. A tremendous job. He came in and settled things down. And a very frustrating moment there for Clancy's, but what a game. 19-17. The Trojans go to 2-2.